In this lesson, we'll take a look at the expression editor and we're gonna write some simple expressions. So let's first open the expression editor by going to Windows and then Animation Editors and then Expression Editor. And now let's create a sphere to apply the expressions on the sphere. So what I want to do now, I want to move the sphere up 1 unit using the expression. So I can come here to the expression field and type P sphere 1. So this is the name of the sphere written here, as you see. So we need to affect the attribute of translate y. So let's type dot translate y. You need to type the y by capital, holding shift and y, and equal to 1 and semicolon. As you see, the font is too small, so if you hold Control on the keyboard and use the mouse scroll, you can zoom out or zoom in the text. As you see, I am making the text bigger or smaller using Control and the scroll. So if I hit create, now you see the sphere moved up 1 unit, and you notice in the channel box the translate y colored with purple color. That means there is an expression here on y. So let's do another thing. I want to move the sphere on x 1 unit. So I can simply just copy that and move to the next line and set that to the y to x, capital X. This is important. So if I hit edit now, as you see, the sphere moved to the right and the X in the channel box colored with the purple again. And the same thing for the Z. So let's delete the expression here. And now let's write it in another way. And as you see, the X and Y is 1, 1. So let's make them back to 0. And let's type it in another way. So now instead of typing the P sphere 1, we can just simply type translate capital Y equal to 1 and semicolon. You don't have to type the semicolon, but if you have several lines, you must type that. Okay, I always type the semicolon. So now if I hit create, as you see, the sphere moved up. Maya knows that you want to move the sphere up. So how it knows? Because in the default object, you notice here we have the P sphere 1 written here. And now if I come over the edit and click edit again, as you see, Maya typed the full text for you. Okay, and another way, let's delete that. I want to show you another thing. So let's select the sphere again. We can just type T Y, and this time the Y is not capital, lowercase. This is important, and equal to 1 and semicolon. And if I hit create, as you see, we move the sphere up 1 unit. And if I come over here and click edit again, as you see, Maya converts the shortcut we typed to a full expression. And now if you deselect the sphere in the viewport, for example, and select that again, as you see, I don't see the expression in the expression editor. So you must come over the translate y in order to see that. Or you can go to select filter and click by expression name in order to see the expression here. So this is important. So let's do another thing. So let's delete the expression now and let's do something fun. So let's move the sphere up and down. So we can select the sphere again and let's go to by object attribute. By the way, if you are in the expression name and you don't have any name here, if you type ty, for example, equal to 1, and now this is not gonna work because we don't have the default object here. So as you see, it's empty. So if I hit create, nothing gonna happen and I get an error. But if you typed here P sphere 1, and now if I click create, as you see, we created the expression, and if I click on edit, as you see, I get the full expression line. So this is important. So let's delete that and let's go to by object. Okay, so let's type another thing here. So let's type ty equal to sign frame. So the frame is the frame number and semicolon. So now if I hit create and let's hit edit again to see the full expression. And now if I go for frame and if I select the sphere, as you see here, the sign of the 4, I get the sign of the 4. And let's select the y to see the expression. So the sign of the 4 is negative 0.757. And let's hit play and see. As you see, we get an animation. So the animation is very fast. We can divide the frame by 4. And now the animation will be slower. So what this sign does, making the value of the frame or the inside the parentheses -1 to 1. So there is a range on that. If you want to make the range higher, so we can just multiply by 2. And now I get the range from -2 to 2, as you see. So that's it for this lesson. See you in the next lesson.